Hello again, everybody, and welcome back. This is part 2 in my special 2-part series, a strategic analysis of the Scheldt. Its many strategies, its many tactical options, and it's extremely high skill ceiling, extremely difficult styles of play. Anyways, here we do have another game, another 3 versus 3, this time 3 American players going up against 2 Wehrmacht players and a Panzer Elite. And without further ado, allow me to introduce the players. We do see in the chat right there, White Flash Reborn, obviously not a Scheldt pro, not really a very good player, period, clearly, given those comments. We do have Biosparks down here in the bottom, the Blue American, and back up the top we have our friendly neighborhood hero, Complexity, playing under I Have Bad Internet. The Scheldt mastermind, the person responsible for bringing you the amazing Scheldt strategy guide that this video will be linked in. Please, if you have not read it, if you are checking this out on my YouTube channel, go read it on gamereplays.org. It is truly a stellar piece of literary achievement right there. I do encourage everybody to go check it out. But without further ado, allow me to get on with the game. I do believe I forgot to mention some things in the previous cast. I did watch a few snippets of it before recording this one. These games are both high resources. Annihilate, which I think I did mention in the previous cast, is the only way Company of Heroes should really be played. I do realize I may have come off as sounding a little tongue-in-cheek. My last game, I'm just so excited to finally get to cast some Scheldt games. I've been contemplating. I mean, I've been thinking for months, ever since I transitioned from Company of Heroes online casting back to retail Company of Heroes casting, that I should do some Scheldt games. I personally don't feel I have the skills necessary. I do not have the abilities required to play a Scheldt game, so why would I think I have the abilities required to cast a Scheldt game and provide meaningful analysis of the strategies, of the build orders, and all of that kind of stuff? And however, when Complexity did come up to me and ask me, hey, can you shoutcast a few of these games for this strategy guide I am writing for Game Replays, I just couldn't say no, so here I am. And looking at another lot of snipers down here in the middle, early MG nest. Very good use of resources right there. Going to make it very difficult for any of the Axis units to cross this little choke point right here, meaning artillery right here is going to own the map. This is really going to be what the American players are going to focus on doing, is rushing as many howitzers as possible. One person probably going to go strafe, which I have been told is an excellent strategy on the Scheldt. Just strafe everything in sight, while 2 more players just mass up howitzers and howitzer everything in sight. Of course, a lot of snipers going to be essential. A very early triage center, not really sure why he got that. This is kind of a waste. I mean, in all honesty, that's 200 manpower and 20 fuel he could have spent on another unit. I mean, he could have gotten another engineer squad, which would do a lot more damage to his opponent than a dumb little building with a cross on it inside his base. But anyways, a little bit of a failed assault by the Americans up here, but that's okay. Lots of pioneers already with Bet 1, but there are a lot of snipers as well. A lot of medic tents, which is an interesting strategy. Actually, one I have not seen in the few Scheldt replays I have watched. However, can't say I disagree with their reasoning. And oh yeah, I forgot to introduce the Axis players, so I'll do that really quickly. Try not to distract myself from any of the action. But down here in the bottom, we do have an orange Panzer Elite player, and I can't pronounce his name, so I'm just going to call him an orange Panzer Elite player. Over here on the left, we have a red Axis Wehrmacht player who is Slade9494, perhaps was born in 1994. Not necessarily in a preposterous notion. Oh, look at this, building the bridge. We did not see this last game. Excellent use of his massed pioneers. I do love this strategy. Absolutely superb play by the yellow Wehrmacht player. I am Boss Tweed. You are Boss Tweed, Boss Tweed. Because that is just an extremely ingenuous, I can't speak right now, I've been writing way too much for my school. This is a very, very practical and a very advanced strategy. I mean, I know I wouldn't have thought of it. I mean, I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm definitely not a Scheldt pro. I'm not a pro of any kind. I'm not even one of those lowly game replays pros that think they're good at Company of Heroes, but really aren't, because I mean, like, how can you say you're good at a game when all you do is build 4 rifles and then upgrade bars all the time? I mean, come on, people. So taking out the observation post right here, very good play. Going to lose a few pioneers to the snipers, but that's no big deal. He's just going to rush him anyways. I mean, rush him, there's a fairly decent chance you're going to be able to kill him, and if not, you can just retreat anyways, and you're just going to run away. And probably not die, but perhaps die. And look at this. Our hero, Complexity, I have bad internet. Living up to her name, having bad internet, and falling out of this game, disconnecting, unfortunately. However, at the exact same time, very luckily enough, I am Boss Tweed, no longer Boss Tweed, because he is now disconnected Tweed. And that is unfortunate, because he was definitely the Axis team's #1 hope. I mean, this ingenious little bridge building over here with the, like, 5 or 6 Pioneer squads. Like, you don't see either of the other players doing anything quite that amazing. I mean, a mortar half-track, come on now. Like, a mortar half-track. That was mass Pioneers building a bridge, people. Let's go. Snipers now from Biosparks. He does have 4. He also does have a Ranger squad. And if we look in the base of the American players, we do see the AI for Complexity is building a supply yard. Smart AIU. And White Flash does have a supply yard up of his own. Very, very low health on these snipers, but Biosparks, being a complete baller, he's going to keep his snipers right beside each other. That's going to make them incredibly safe. Very, very low chance of one single mortar shell taking or landing in close proximity to those 3. Of course, if one mortar shell does land in close proximity to those 3, they're fairly dead. But I mean, come on, we're playing percentages here, people. That is definitely not going to happen. As you see the just havoc being wrecked by these 3 sniper squads. Going to take out this Volksgrenadier. The red Wehrmacht player, Slade 9494, doing his best to micro that one-man Volk squad, trying to get it in close to the snipers with one man right there. Just didn't have it in him, and look at this, one sniper going to go down. Very, very smart by Biosparks, trying to free up some of his pop cap by killing off a few of these snipers. It's going to increase his manpower income, as I mentioned it last game. It's going to lower his upkeep, and lowered upkeep means, hey, he can build more units. And the name of the game when you're talking about a real-time strategy game is definitely who can build the most units, who can build the most of one type of unit, especially because, as we all know, a tightly compact group of 5 or 6 of the same unit is exponentially better than a single unit of that type on its own, as the purple Panzer player is demonstrating right here, moving in with his massed infantry. Excellent micro throwing that incendiary grenade right there, and now he's going to click up a little bit, going to try to move into this area right here. If he has the godly micro that I do think he has, and that he has shown, he's probably going to want to throw an incendiary grenade into each of those. I'm missing some action, however. Ooh, NG micro, look at this. He realizes, hey, it's a flamer, what's he going to do to me? He's just going to set up, trying to shoot at the friendly mortar half-track. Not going to work, so he is going to reposition, and look at this micro. Knows exactly how much damage his MG can take. Gets a few bursts off on this flamer engineer squad. Going to get it to be suppressed before it retreats. Excellent, excellent play by the AI of I Am Boss Tweed. Just look at that, AI knows what it's doing. Anyways, back in the American players sectors, I'm really surprised there's no artillery. By about this point in the game, I mean, I guess they don't have the command points for it, but I mean, it is almost 10 minutes into this game. I mean, you do think at least 2 or 3 howitzers be up at this point, but you know, they're under a lot of pressure this game. Lots of micro going on all over the map. Look at this, retreating one-man squad. He really should have been better off just leaving it, letting it die, but that's okay. He's going to get it out of there, and he'll be able to spend some of his manpower reinforcing, which, you know, it's alright. why not? He's just going to get a little bit of reinforce in there, and yeah, the heavy group of Panzer Grenadiers of the purple Panzer Elite player moving out across the map now might actually catch an engineer, and that's going to be pretty huge. I mean, you want all your engineers. Engineers don't really take up too much pop cap, nor do they take up too much upkeep. So I mean, why not keep them alive? It's better than keeping them dead, I suppose. And leave this mine. It only kills one guy. Oh well, no big deal. That could have been far more awesome than it was. But yeah, just like retreating everything at once. This is actually a sign of a good player, everybody. When you just see a stream of units retreating across the map, especially with the low health that these Panzer Grenadier squads do, you know you're facing off against some formidable talent. And yeah, getting supply yard upgrades, good move by Biosparks, not really teching up any much, but hey, he doesn't really need to tech up that much at all. Do we see any howitzers? I don't see any howitzers. This allied team, despite having fairly decent map control, is kind of dropping the ball here. I mean, this is Annihilate. Remember, people, you need to kill your opponent. This is not wimpy little victory point. You can't just sit around the victory points and expect to win, guys, because there aren't any victory points. So come on now, build some howitzers. And he's building a Sherman. That's fairly good anyways. There is, I think, no AT on the field for the Axis team. Nope, no packs, no anti-tank half-tracks. But knowing the skill of the I Am Boss Tweed AI, you can bet there's going to be like two or three packs in different locations in like 3 or 4 seconds after that Sherman reveals itself. Always want to emulate the AI, guys. AI really knows what it's doing. If you guys have ever played Age of Empires, you know what I'm talking about. StarCraft too. StarCraft AI, kind of impressive. I mean, far better than I am, and I'm a fairly terrible StarCraft player. Anyways, kind of a lull in the action right now. A little bit of an engagement down here in the bottom. The orange Panzer Elite player doing a real good job keeping his units together. Gonna mosh across the little choke right here. No, gonna pick up a bar. Why not? Gonna try to push past this MG emplacement. Probably going to work. MG emplacement's fairly weak. Just run at them. I mean, the bigger blob you have actually does not work at this point, but he does know he has a mortar half track picking away at it from afar, so he's probably going to be all right. Yep, there we go. The MG gets taken out, and as you see from the intelligent mass retreat right here, the orange Panzer player takes very, very little damage and a little bit of an artillery strike. This is a very good move. Look at all those Panzer Grenadiers going down. Orange Panzer Elite player doesn't really think he knows what's going on. Maybe he didn't see the smoke. Maybe his glasses don't work right now. Maybe he broke his lenses. Maybe someone's at the door right now and he had to go and answer it. Maybe it's a telemarketer on the phone. Maybe the GSL's on and he has a huge man crush on Artosis and just has to watch it. Oh wait, that's me. Anyways. I'm just trying to do some analysis. Ooh, the bridge goes down. I'm trying to do some strategic analysis because I know you guys like it when I kind of give my thoughts on the game. I mean, this is just a difficult situation because I really don't know how I would play in this situation. I mean, I'm no pro. I mean, let alone a Scheldt pro. I mean, come on now. You're asking way too much of me. I just play a little bit of 1v1 every once in a while and hope I kind of have a little bit of fun. Hope I maybe win a game or two. I mean, look at this. Look at this. White Flash taking this building out. And somehow the orange Panzer Elite player just keeping in it. I don't know how he's doing it. Look at this. Dodges the artillery. Just impeccable play. He knew where the artillery was going to fall. And he's like, no, I'm going to move it right here. I'm not going to move right there. Oh, a little bit of a step right there, but that's okay. Can't be perfect, even experts like this guy. But there is a T-17 on the car for the AI that is controlling Complexity's character, and a Panzer Shrek on the field. Panzer Shrek's kind of useless once artillery or anything really hits the field. Not really worth picking up. I really don't know. Is he going to pick it up? No, the Complexity AI. See, AI knows what it's doing. Not going to pick up the Shrek, because why would you want to pick up the Shrek? Anyways, lots of carnage going on. Orange Panzer Elite player, despite his better efforts, is probably going to lose all of the units inside his base, and having lost all of his buildings as well. It does not look good for the Orange Panzer Elite player. This does leave one active player in the game, the red Wehrmacht player Scheldt9494, and my game once again faltering at the amazingness of this match, at the amazingness of this map. Not only this game, just incredibly epic, these tank battles. You don't see these tank battles on any other map, folks. Come on, when is the last time you've seen 2 Shermans and 2 T-17s battling a Puma on Langra? I'll tell you when. Never. Because it's never happened. Because, I mean, what can you expect from any other map? This is the Scheldt we're talking about, people. This is not your grandfather's Company of Heroes map. Scheldt9494 dropping out of the game. White flash. Being a mannered gentleman. Gonna drop a little bit of G right there. And with that, it looks like this second game is going to win. Hopefully, or the second game is going to be over, rather. Ooh, what was that? Hopefully these 2 videos have given you a bit more insight into how to play the map that is the Scheldt. The strategic options on this map, of course, just defy explanation. I could not, if I had an entire week to show you games, I could not give you all of the possibilities that this match entails, that this map entails, that the matchups in this map do entail. You saw how to win with artillery, you saw how to win with everything but artillery, and you saw how to not play Axis. Thank you for watching.